So what is RAG? So RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. RAG is basically an architecture, or you can say a pipeline, which involves certain steps to create an AI based chatbot. The first step that is involved in any naive architecture is text extraction, where in which you extract text out of documents, and those documents might be simple textual documents, or you might also come up with complex documents which contains tables and images. So once you have properly extracted text out of those documents, the second step is to chunk them. So you can use a proper chunking mechanism, an appropriate chunking mechanism to chunk those particular text in a specific chunk size and in a specific chunk overlap. Once your chunking is done, the third step is to choose a proper embedding model on top of which you can embed those chunked text, right? So you can either use a cloud-based embedding model, or you can also choose an open source embedding model. Once your embeddings are done, it's time to choose a proper vector storage on top of which you can store your embeddings, right? So it might be Chroma, Face, Pinecone, or any other vector storage. The fifth step in here is to retrieve a certain set of chunks from that vector storage depending on the user's query, right? So you can fetch out top k or top n number of chunks depending on the user's query. After those chunks has been retrieved, you send those final context or send those final chunks to an LLM model, right? Where LLM model rephrases the context and gives a final output to the user. So that was the final step. But there's an optional final step where you can also evaluate your final output on top of the retrieved context or your input query. So yeah, that was all about basic RAG architecture.